Hello, I'm Mark Schechter with Ideal Luxury, where we buy, sell, trade, and make short-term loans on fine watches, diamonds, and jewelry. Welcome to Question Mark, where we answer popular questions about these same items. Today we'll be discussing the Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman. Just took delivery for Mr. B's watch, and I thought we'd take a good look before we handed it over. But before we get too close, let's talk about the history of the GMT. Rolex prides itself on not only being a fine watchmaker, but creating watches with a purpose. And in a collaboration in the early 1950s with Pan American Airlines, Pan Am, they created the first dual time zone reference 6542 Rolex GMT Master. And it was designed to support airline pilots. As air travel evolved and they were traveling across multiple time zones in the same day, this helped them keep track of where they started and where they would finish. GMT, it stands for Greenwich Mean Time, and it's in London, and it's the standard globally to start each day. This is the standard a lot of pilots use for their planning and for their scheduling, and this was a great association and a great collaboration with the airline. Of course, Rolex always likes to introduce its watches to fanfare. And if you can remember the Concorde, the supersonic airliner, the test pilots were wearing GMT Masters. Fast forward, of course, movie associations. In 1964, the Bond movie Goldfinger, Bond Girl Number 3, popularly known as Pussy Galore, was also seen wearing a reference 6542. Thus the reference, a Goldfinger GMT. There's a Pepsi GMT. This is a 1675 I'm wearing. Has the bicolored bezel of blue and red, similar to the colors of a Pepsi can. There's a 16710 that's black and red, similar to the colors of a Coke can. These aren't things that Rolex assigns, nor like they don't assign a president. It's a date. This is what the public assigns, but this is where the popularity of the watch is gained. Fast forward, in 2005, for the 50th anniversary of the GMT, Rolex introduced the 116718 all gold GMT Master 2, and it was the first Rolex with a ceramic bezel, but it was all black. The next year, the two-tone 116713 had an all black ceramic bezel. The following year, in 2007, they introduced the all black bezel on a stainless steel GMT Master 2. What's the problem? Where's the bicolored bezel? This is what people associated with the GMT. The watch was being mistaken as maybe a sea dweller and a submariner at a glance. Rolex's explanation was they didn't know how to make a bicolored ceramic bezel. Part of the problem in the process was the change in color from one section of the bezel to the other. It wasn't a smooth transition or a sharp transition. Thankfully, 6 years later, in 2013, at Basel, Rolex introduced the 116710 BLNR Batman GMT Master 2. Now again, Rolex didn't call it a Batman. Why Batman? Well, some would say it's the day and night. Bruce Wayne by day, Bat by night. He's synonymous with high technology or high-tech gadgets. This certainly has a lot of technology, and it's tough, and so is Batman's tough. There's other names for it, but Batman GMT seems to stick the best. BLNR is blue noir, right, for blue and black, day and night. And the watch has about a $500 premium over the all black bezel. Let's take a closer look at what makes this watch so special.
All right, let's take a closer look at Mr. B's Rolex GMT Master 2 116710 BLNR, the Batman. Again, Bruce Wayne by day, the blue, Bat by night, the black, tough and high tech. This is a 40 millimeter Rolex stainless steel sport watch, but designed for the aviator or the global traveler. This watch, obviously, its special function is it has an additional, actually as a fourth hand, it has an additional hour hand to keep track of time in a second time zone. 904L stainless steel Rolex is using in all its modern watches. That's a super alloy. The super alloy, the stainless steel, 3 grades better than surgical stainless steel, highly polishable and also highly resistant to corrosion. In terms of function, you've got your center, hour, minute, and second hands, plus the fourth hand, the GMT, the blue hand, which is kind of your home time hand. Obviously, a different feature on this watch is its bicolored bezel. Rolex started the ceramics in 2005, but this watch has a Cerachrom bezel, ceramic bezel. It's bicolored, and again, Rolex at first couldn't determine how to make a bicolored bezel, and they ultimately use a chemical process. This bezel starts off blue, and then they use a chemical process to get the black section. But what really finally nailed it for Rolex is they were able to make a really smooth transition from blue to black with no noticeable fuzziness or sketchy areas. It's a real nice, crisp transition. Another cool thing about this bezel, those aren't white markers and graduate dots. Those are actually coated in platinum. Actually, a platinum coating. The gold version of the watch actually has yellow gold coated numbers there on the bezel. But that again, that bicolored bezel is what's made this this particular watch famous. Again, I'm wearing for this video, I'm wearing my favorite 1675 Pepsi GMT Master, but that's the Pepsi watch. There is a root beer version of my watch. I'll put a picture of that up on the screen. And then there is a stainless steel 16710. There's a Coke that actually has a red and black bezel. But that bicolored bezel is what helped make this watch famous. As far as the dial, it is a maxi dial. So you got maxi case with a thicker lugs, maxi dial, still a 40 millimeter watch. The dial's black, obviously. Writing is in white, no green like the other. And then you've got those markers are 18 karat gold to prevent corrosion on the dial there. And we'll also get you a shot of the lume. This lume is a really nice, bright chromolite blue lume. We'll put a shot of that on the screen. Now, the blue hand versus the green hand on the yellow gold and two-tone version, as well as the all stainless black has a green hand. This has the blue home time hand. That hand can be set to your home time. It takes 24 hours for that to go around one time. So where the center hour hand will go around twice in 24 hours, the blue hand will only go around once. It is your home time GMT hand. So if we wanted to set that at 6 p.m., let's say we're in LA, let's say this is for New York, 6 p.m. right there at 1800 hours, we'll set the blue hand. Then the second stop, we can actually adjust the hour hand has a jump hour. So I can go back and forth and set this to my current time zone. It's also the quick set feature for the date. You'll see if we roll that, it'll change the date. Very, very precise. Let's say I wanted to go 3 p.m. here in Los Angeles. I would also know that it's 6 p.m. in New York as opposed to 6 a.m. Or as opposed to being down here, I can actually see 1800 hours at 6 p.m. But that's your GMT home hour, and then the jump hour would be this independent hand. Then obviously at the first stop we can wind the watch. It is a Triplock crown, so the watch is waterproof to 100 meters or 330 feet. Again, Rolex introduced the first waterproof watch case, but you see the Triplock, the 3 dots. This is a Triplock crown, which is very nice. The watch does feature behind this back case is a beautiful Rolex in-house 3186 movement, GMT movement. It does have the new blue Cerachrom spring, the anti-vibration, anti-magnetic spring, which is nice. The watch has an oyster lock clasp, not to be confused with an oyster clasp because it has the flip lock. Oyster lock clasp. Now one of my favorite features on the newer style clasp is the 5mm Easy Link. Skinny day, fat day. So you can fold it over and snap it in for your skinny day. You can pop it right out for your fat day without having to take out your precision Swiss screwdrivers. But again, the watch was introduced when they went to ceramics. There is a 116718 all gold, which we can show you a picture of. There is a 116713 two-tone. You'll notice these have the green hands. and the 116710 all black GMT stainless steel. That watch retails for, as of this video, $8,450. If you want to spend another $500 to $8,950 as of the time of this video, you'll get the bicolored bezel, the Batman version. You can decide if you think it's worth it. Frankly, in the secondary market, the black has been a little bit of a dog. This particular watch has been hot. They're still bringing a premium as of the time of this video. But this is your 116710 BLNR Blue Noir Batman Rolex GMT Master 2. If you haven't had a chance to see this watch in person, I highly recommend it. It is absolutely cool. No other way to describe it.
That's all for today, folks. If you'd like your question answered or would like to learn more about buying, selling, trading, or borrowing with Ideal Luxury, please visit our website or give us a call. Thanks for watching.